It seems like security is all over the news these days. The US is on high alert. All these countries are on high alert, worried about everything that's just in the landscape of the world today. Getting hacked, getting your data stolen, getting ransomware, whatever it may be. Log4Shell, we talked about that one in the prior Tech Talk. But today, let's talk about SQL injections.
So SQL is kind of the language used to interact with and save data to the backend database. So as attackers, what we're trying to do is break into those queries and add our own commands in them. So that way we can access and pull data from the backend. And like I said before, that's where you have your juicy information, your passwords, user emails, all that's going to usually be found there.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, just in general, everybody's building full stack applications. You have a front end, you got a server, and you got a database. And where does all the data live? It lives in a database. So it seems like the primary target is, let me go get all of that data. Let me steal all your data, or let me jump onto that database as the user, and then maybe I can get into the server, pivot, go around, and do next level things. So overall, it sounds like SQL injection is a very common vulnerability that.
Yeah, I would say with the web tests I do, usually 1 in 10 will find SQL injection, which, considering its critical severity, that's pretty awful.
When you look at the OWASP 10, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, for almost 5 years, SQL injection was the #1 on the OWASP 10. They just redid the OWASP 10, and it bounced down to 3, and now includes cross-site scripting there. But they still talk about all the CWEs that are mapped into injection having the second most occurrences in applications now, and that this is something that is pretty familiar with. And I think that really lends the relevance, as well as why this is a great place for NOAA to start, for you to be able to mentor, is to show that even across some of the compliance and the certification measures, this is one of those high level things that is a great place for somebody who's just breaking into this area to start.
Sounds like a pretty nasty vulnerability that you don't want to happen. And the thing that we have to think about too as web developers. So if you're that developer that's writing that code, that front end, that server, that's saying select all from the database or insert into the database, it just takes one spot for a hacker to get in.